Hey guys, Coach Barch here. I'm the Smyrna High School tech lead, and I wanted to show you a little trick that might help you avoid having to make a lot of copies. I started this a few years ago. I was comfortable at the time. I hadn't gotten full into laptops. I was comfortable at the time with the students using their phones. It was a way for me to avoid having to make some last-second copies and just generally spend less time in the copy room. So first off, what you want to do is from your browser, open up a new tab and type in Chrome Store. What we're going to do is we're going to add something to our browser that will allow us to quickly make QR codes. We open up Web Store and just type in QR code in that left box, and you'll see there's dozens of options. I chose this one earlier, so I know this one works. So you clicked on that one, add to Chrome. I'm going to go ahead and approve that, add extension. Give it a minute, and you'll see a new icon pop up here on the right. Now, if you're using Google Chrome, it's going to be similar. I'm using Microsoft Edge, so you can see now that it's ready to go. So let's go back. Let's go into our OneDrive and let's find a document that we want to share with the kids. So here's a reading on the Marshall Plan. So let's give this. So there's the QR code that's generated for the Marshall Plan. Now I should be able to copy the image and then add it to a PowerPoint presentation. So I'm going to open up this random presentation I've used for football graphics. And again, you have to be comfortable with the kids using their phones in class, but this will give them access to whatever readings. The neat thing about using Microsoft Word is, so now I'm into PowerPoint. What I did was I tapped Control, I held Control and I tapped M, and that gives me the opportunity to have a new slide. And now I can just right-click in this space right here and paste that picture. So now the kids can scan that with their phones and pull up the document I have for their reading. That reading is in Microsoft Word, so the kids have access to the opportunities to use the immersive reader functions. So let's close that. Now, if you aren't comfortable with the kids using their phones, there's another thing we can use, and we can make a little code. So if I tap share here, I can copy the link. Copy that link, copy it again. So now I'm going to go to a site called tinyurl.com. Tinyurl is really cool because the link that I copied here, I don't know if you can tell, but this link is super long. It's not going to work. Kids aren't going to be able to see that on the screen and type it out if you want them to read these on the computer. And you're not into Schoology and you don't want to email everybody. This is a quick trick. I do this all the time. This is how I operate in the classroom because I don't want the kids to have the readings until I'm ready for them to have the readings. So what I've done here, I'm moving a little fast. So now we're on TinyURL. I can paste that link into that spot right here. So if I right click, I can type in paste. Now here's the key trick. I can make this TinyURL what I want it to say. So what I'm going to do here is tag it WH for World History, and I'm going to type in Marshall Plan. Marshall Plan. Now when I hit make TinyURL, it's going to give us this right here. So this is something the kids can manage, and a lot of times the kids will type in codes and they'll see an L and think it's a 1 or vice versa. So I can copy this code right here. I can go back to my PowerPoint Oh, that's embarrassing. That's not the PowerPoint. So I go back to my PowerPoint. And insert it here. And to make it even easier, we can take this part of the tiny URL off. And what I found that the more you use tinyurl.com, the kids will already by default have that typed into their browser. And then they just type in, just make sure all of these that are capital are capitalized. And one last thing, when kids open up new tabs, a lot of times, especially if they're using Google Chrome, you're presented with the URL bar at the top, and in here you're presented with just a search bar. They can't type that into the search bar. They have to make sure to type them at the top. So what we'll do is the kids will go tinyurl.com/WH Marshall Plan. It should bring up our reading, and now the kids have access to all the immersive reader opportunities in Microsoft Word that they would have on their phone. They've got them on their computer, and now hopefully I've saved you trips to the Copy Lab. If you have any questions on this video, reach out to me via email. Remember, I have office hours on Wednesday, Thursday morning. Hope to hear from you.